let me get my head straight. I need a drink of water, it's been days I've had a headache. Don't wanna wake up one day, feel like I regret things. I want my story just to have a happy ending. And I don't got a plan B, a plan A's all I need. Took the ships from the sea and burnt them all, no retreat. It's kill or get, eat, and get buried with the seeds. But that makes me feel free, hella focused on my dreams. I got habits, they're established. I'm doing things a bit manic, but I can handle it. Juggle this, juggle that, struggle here, lose some cash. Win and lose, make it back. You can choose your own path, nothing good comes fast. Nothing fast ever lasts, so I'll be patient but attack. Every day like it's my last, push the pedal to the gas. Burn the fuel that I have, start a fire, light a match. I ain't never looking back. So plant hard in your feet, there's no retreat. Burn the boats on the shore till they're buried underneath. There ain't no going back. Forget the past, out of desperation are the people born who can last. There's no retreat, don't believe you got it in you. You can do anything that you think that you need. Don't be scared, go succeed. The only people who compete are the ones who don't retreat.
I don't get what I want, I get what I need. Every single day I'm heading off to my dream, and I get everything that I damn well please. I don't give a damn if you all listening to me, cause I run it. I'm the only one that really want it, I'm the only one that's really on it. I'm just being honest, I'm just doing everything I promise, cause I want it bad enough that I'ma make it as an artist. And I know I'm not the smartest, and I know I'm not the largest, but I promise you that I'ma be the one that worked the hardest. Cause I promise you that I'm just getting started, and I promise you that my skills are getting sharper. So I'ma get charted, can't be guarded. Nah, I'm the one to get retarded. Get the party started, yeah, get the party started. Yeah, so let me get up on it, yeah. Bitch, you got me fucked up, I don't know what's up. Pour that shit in my cup, we bout to turn up. Crank this shit up so loud, sounds like we're sold out.
Yo, I just gotta hit it one time. Let's go! About to hit the gas for a minute, no cap, no limit. I attack till I finish, I attract and I get it. Got my cash all liquid, never pass my limit. Too fast when I'm spitting, read it back, now they get it on. Flipping that switch as I'm hitting these bars like a gift. I spit like I'm sipping gold bars. And these kids, no kidding, I've been winning this and getting my best like dinner while I'm hitting on a mission. Ooh, spicy, I know they like me, but I got a wifey. She be real nice to me, no one works like me. Got a different mindset, my rate is pricey. Got a different psyche, ooh, lyrics are icy. Living life nicely, very precisely. Living divinely, manifest wisely. All I know is that I've been living for the sightseeing. Been around the world for a visit, first class ticket. Man, I'm in it, man, I'm winning. I don't have no limit. If I want it, then I get it. If she want it, then she get it. I ain't never done finished, I'm a giver. I've been giving first place. I've been winning 6 shots, head spinning, but I still keep ripping and I still keep hitting 2 weights. I'm splitting all in, I'm risking it all. Yeah, I don't ever fall. Yeah, but if I do, I get back up, stand tall. Yeah, I want it all. Yeah, a good life, I don't think small. Yeah, I'ma be big one day. See me taking off runway. My name up in lights someday. Looking at a crowd that loves me. Yeah, I came here to play. I'm lucid, I'm not losing. This life is one I'm choosing. I don't stop, I keep moving. Just watch me as I prove it. Oh, I'm telling you I never let go. When I'm in a fight, put on a show. I create the life I want now, and no, I never back down. At the depths of the fear and I teach them. There's meaning, lives and seasons. Find your will, yeah, find your reason. Be a demon, go seize it. Live your life how you want, live it just how you please it. No weakness, we defeat this. In a mind over time, we become, we believe it. Oh, I just wanna be a free man. Need a plan that can teach me how to be man. How to think, what to do, what to be in. Make moves, be the change in my own hands. Follow through, do what I gotta do.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here for the Racers Elite Series. It is time for the Daytona Road Course here at a little bit different style of a race here tonight. Join with me in the booth, Todd Chase Jr. Todd, welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's great to be here at Daytona. We got a big week ahead of us. I know a lot of these people watching are probably getting ready for the Daytona 24 race coming up here this weekend, but I'm excited to see what happens here at Daytona with these guys.
Yeah, we got a lot of different things to kind of talk about tonight. I was trying to pop up my live time, and one being we got a lot of trucks here tonight. So
Yep.
that's really going to be our main focus, I think, tonight. Of course, we do got some other classes as well. The Gen 4s, we only got 3 cars in the Gen 4 class and only 2 cars in the next gen, I believe, and then
Yep.
1 car in the Gen 6. So
Yeah,
once
and
again, one car last week as well, the Gen 6.
I will point this out in practice. That Gen 6 did run the fastest
He
lap
was
time
fast.
in all overall in practice with a 149.0.
149, really?
Yep.
Wow, that's impressive. I actually did watch him somewhat, and of course, we're talking about Troy Thomas, and we'll watch him. He's going to get the pole for his class. There ain't no question about that. He was the only one here.
Yep.
But the number 3, you see, out of Boone, North Carolina, I watched him actually take the bus stop, and that was kind of surprising to see how fast and smooth that car actually does take the bus stop. I thought that the next gen would really be the car to watch here tonight with the
Right.
5 gears, different types of shifting and stuff. But right now, it does look like the fastest car is the Gen 6 on track. Of course, we're watching Troy Thomas going through the bus stop right now. Todd, one thing at Daytona is this track not very easy when it comes to racing. You have experience with it. I've had experience with it. But talk a little bit about the track.
Yeah. My biggest issue is my exits through the infield section, but another section that I'm not very great at is the bus stop, and it's the other cars that we're used to running.
Yeah.
It is real easy to make one mistake. With these guys, they have zero room for error, especially these Gen 4 guys.
Yeah, technically, this track 13 turns. Of course, you're watching Troy Thomas kind of go through the turns 1 and 2 section of the track, get ready to head it to the International Horseshoe, which is what they call it all over that I'm aware of. Basically, you open it up full throttle, run on exit. You're going to run this pretty fast through this section, a little small left-hand turn, which is basically turn 4, as they call it, or dog leg kink, I guess you could call it. Right there it is. Then into a pretty heavy braking zone to the West Horseshoe, which is turn 5. Todd, one of the toughest turns is this one, and probably the one coming up in turn 6 and 7.
Yeah, normally when you enter the West Horseshoe, you want to be a little further out instead of in like he was there, but these 2 turns right here that he just came out of are the hardest ones, like you had mentioned.
And then he's now up on the high banks of Daytona at turn 8, as we would call it, into turn 9, which is technically turns 1 and 2 at Daytona. But then this is where you're going to see probably one of the fastest stretches, this and the front stretch. Down the back stretch of Daytona into we call it the bus stop. It's actually considered the Lamar chicane, is what they technically call it, but there you go. And you can see it as you got to turn left into a right, and one of the things you want to do is attack the rumble strip. It helps you rotate back towards the right as you hit turn 12.
So while we're watching Mr. Thomas here in the Gen 6 car, I do want to mention Brandon Honeycutt currently leading that class, the next gen class, with a 149.98.
Yep.
See Hayes, leader in trucks right now with a 150.81.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think a lot of these cars are actually going to be pretty close on times. I don't think we're going to have a huge difference.
Well, you're going to see a huge difference right there with the Gen 6 is a 149.25 overall.
Let's see, I believe what is that, 3/10 faster? No, that's more than that, 7/10 faster. Ain't it? So
yeah,
there's a big difference is that speed. But I mean, really, I feel like the trucks are going to be really the class to really watch. That's going to be our closest class. But one of the things, Todd, that we always talk about when it comes to this series, the multi-class atmosphere. Once again, usually it's on the oval for these guys, but still gotta have to kind of be patient with different classes, even in the road course sections, because some of them can be slower.
Right, and that's normally when you run a road course race here at Daytona, you got to deal with that with the other classes as well. So this actually will give you really good practice leading up to the Daytona 24 race, even though they're different cars, because like you said, some different classes are slower, some of them are faster, and you don't really have that much room for error when it comes to the different class speeds, so to speak, at some of these spots of this racetrack. So
Probably my favorite race to run, the Daytona 24.
yeah,
All my
mine
reasons,
too.
it's probably up there. I mean, Spa's really good. I like Spa, the 24 hours of Spa. I like the Sebring 12 hours, but Daytona, there's just something about Daytona that you want to win at. Of course, the real Daytona 24, 2 weeks away. The iRacing 24 this coming weekend.
I believe this week is the actual Roar before the 24.
It is, yep. You'll have that, and I think you got the Mustang Challenge as well. Unless that's next Friday, which it may be next Friday for that. I can't remember. That's like the Mustang Challenge or whatever they call it. It's always a good show. No rain expected, I don't think, here, which, of course, it would not affect these cars anyway because none of these cars have rain tires, and it won't. Even if it did rain, you wouldn't be able to tell because it don't make the car slide or nothing like that just because they're not, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not coded, I guess, to be affected by rain.
Right. Do want to mention Andrew Peft leading the Gen 4 class with a 149.65. Honeycutt still leading the Honeycutt still leading the the next gens with a 149.28.
Had a changeover in the truck. Evan, in the 68, I was going to try to say his last name, but I'm going to butcher it.
Yeah.
And the Ford F-150 put down a good lap on 149.956, which right now is good enough for the pole. Qualifying about done, by the way. We got a minute 50 seconds left. A couple cars still out on track. We got Cody Benelli, Wayne Burkham out on track in number 88. That's a different paint, I believe, to what we've seen him in last week. Ford F-150 as well.
I think Honeycutt is running a different paint scheme as well this week.
Yeah, I did notice that he had more stuff added on to his normal Pals paint scheme, which is a great restaurant, by the way, here in Tennessee. It is good.
Of course.
Miranda absolutely loves that daggone place. I'm not going to lie. My girlfriend, she is obsessed with it. She loves everything about Pals. It is good. I can't eat it all the time, though. Lee Campbell crossing the start-finish line, does his lap count. His last lap actually did not count. This lap does. It moves him up to third in class on the
about a half a second slower.
He's gonna. He actually might be on his white flag lap now. Watching Whalen coming to the start-finish line. See if he jumps up. And that lap does count a 2-minute lap time. It's I'd imagine I'm surprised the lap times are actually this fast. I thought that they would be, normally 2 minutes in that. I really like that 28 paint scheme. Alan Wild, by the way. It's actually pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit different. He is one of the only Gen 6s. There's 2 total, or is that the next gen? I'm sorry. Yeah, next gen.
Blue is next gen.
Yep, Blue's next gen. I'll eventually remember all this. I did a good job last week.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised. Only 15 cars here. Not surprised that a lot of road courses usually don't have the biggest turnout, as qualifying is going to be officially over now, I do believe. And we will, there it is. So we will set the grid up and get ready to go racing. 30 laps, by the way. So this race really won't take long. With guys running 149s. I'm not sure entirely of the fuel. What if they're running 65% fuel here, or are they running 100? Because 30 laps with 60% fuel, you're not going to be able to go a long ways.
Yeah.
I don't know. You might be able to go like 10 or 15 laps if it is 60%. That might be about it. So, all right, here we go. Let's get ready to do it. Andrew up front. Not super surprised, Todd, to see the Gen 4s up front. No. But we do got kind of a mix in right beside him. We got, Troy Thomas is up front as well. You see him right there. Starting, why does it show he's starting first? But he's right. Is he starting first? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, first overall, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know why it showed. Why does it look like he's behind? Well, I don't know. It looked like he's behind him. Anyway, we're ready to go green here in just a minute. These cars, by the way, Todd, grid up on the backstretch of the circuit, so it should be fun to watch them. Cold tires going to be an issue, you think, here early?
Oh yes, definitely. Especially going into turn one, these guys are gonna think that they're Superman right away, and
They're gonna find out real quick they're
these
not.
they're gonna find out real quick that these Gen 4s and these Gen 6s are gonna be really hard to stop on cold tires.
Yeah. So we got some of the trucks laying back. I'm kind of interested in that because I'm sure Alan Wild really don't want to lay back just because. Oh, well, there we go, tighten it up a little bit. I was like, most time you see the classes kind of space out a little bit, but it does look like that they're all putting the classes together, which is good. That's what it was. So they are putting the class together. I didn't think they was going to put the class together. It kind of got me a little bit worried.
Right.
All right, here we go. Coming out turn number 4 on the oval, and we will get ready to see the green flag.
Pace car looking for pit road, as we will see no full course yellows. It will just be local yellows. 30 laps the distance. I'm surprised they didn't do a time limit here, by the way.
Me too. We were talking about that earlier. Very surprised.
In the restart zone. And the green flag is out here at Daytona.
By the way,
Handicap's going to take off.
We only had 14 cars actually start the race. Jesse Fox did not grid up, and it looks like he missed the race. It looks like he may be rolling out. I can't tell if that's him or not. He is.
Everybody going through 1 and 2. Benelli gets a little loose here. Off of here through the S's.
Yeah, you got to watch, especially in these the Gen 4 cars. A lot of rear tires. A lot of power in the rear tire. Very easy to spin the rear tires.
There you go.
Yep, there they go, piling up. Looking to see who that is, the 28. We'll get a replay of that in just a second. That is Alan Wild. It looks like he may have locked up the front. There was also some other trucks, I think, that got involved.
Yeah.
In this.
I think that was a combination of, like you said, locking up the right front and then getting onto the throttle too quick.
Yeah, 51 on one both. That's Nathan Emerson and the 51 of Jared Hayes. They was able to get going again, by the way. And now the 88 off track, pulling back on in front of traffic. That was not good. Waylon did not see oncoming traffic. He had another issue here with the 55 up in front. So we're having a little bit of carnage here early, not surprising. Off the track goes 55, and 88 goes out wide. And Waylon not really looking, but pulls right back into oncoming traffic, and that's something you cannot do. These guys, by the way, do get one quick repair, which they're probably going to need it.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that most of them will use it eventually throughout this race. Yeah. Lap 1 still not in the books just yet. Looks like everybody so far has gone through the bus stop nice and clean. As you see Benelli getting around
Brandon
the 13 of Honeycutt.
Yep, then we got the 3 of Troy Thomas. Once again, we know Troy's really fast. You see him passing Honeycutt. Honeycutt already has only 2 cars in his class, so he just basically has to take care of it. First battle, we mentioned we're going to be talking about the trucks a lot more tonight than normal. The 68, Evan, over Cooper right now, and right behind him, Alex Gates. The first, second, and third. This is for position. As you look back, you can see, looks like Cooper thought was going to look to the inside. He's going to go a little bit wider. He's going to try to get the run off the corner. That's one of the things you can do here, especially in turn 3. Todd is trying to enter a little bit wider and then dive down.
Yep.
To get the run off the corner. He wasn't able to, but as we go into the other section of the horseshoe.
Just like that right there, how he goes out wide, and he should be able to try and cross him over here with a better exit off. No, he did not.
Thought he was
surprised.
Kind of thought he would too.
Oh,
there he goes.
Contact there.
That was leader Evan able to hold on to it. Looks like Cooper actually going to give that back to him. And I'm just saying his first name, by the way, because I do not know how to pronounce his last name. Is it Gulp?
Don't know either.
Gulp? I don't know. I don't want to butcher that. Looking back, of course, on the straightaways here at Daytona. That's turn 2 going into what we call the bus stop, or the chicane, whichever you prefer to call. That's always a fun corner, man. I actually do love it, but it is very difficult.
It's so technical.
It is. It's very, very tough. I think we had the 88 actually have another issue. It looks like he went off track, but it looks like he's going to be okay. So still watching right now for the truck lead. Lee Campbell, by the way, up front. Andrew Teff might have had a problem, Todd, because he is now falling back to 4th overall, 3rd in class.
Well, I wonder if he had a slowdown penalty or something.
Very good possibility. We haven't talked about that, and you can explain what that is in case anybody don't know.
Oh, a slowdown penalty is basically you get that from either cutting certain parts of the racetrack. Instead of giving you a time penalty at the end of the race, they will tell you, hey, you need to slow down for this certain amount of time. And sometimes you lose position, sometimes you lose your gap to somebody else when you're trying to fight for a position. So
usually happens a lot at the bus stop here.
Yes.
That's usually the most place that I've noticed. As you see Honeycutt trying to take 2nd overall, which is very interesting to see him racing super hard. But, I mean, you still want to try to win the overall 1st place. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I think
here?
you were correct.
Nathan Emerson passed. So what happened to the 03? Because he has lost a lot of spots. See if we can back this up just a little bit. Up, here we go. We'll back it up a little bit more and see. Looks like he just spun. Yep, wheel spin. We're back in spun from 2nd place. We will go back live now. Waylon Burke.
Oh, Andrew Teft! Out of the bus stop, got a little loose. First, he had an issue getting into the bus stop. Got a little loose entering, and then saved it. Got through the midsection, and then on the exit, just too much throttle and lost it.
Who does that look like?
You, sir.
Exactly what I was thinking. I did that in the roar before the 24, moving up through the field and around the winch. Nathan Emerson, by the way, bound for last position. We've seen Cooper lose it a minute ago, and he just got some of the wall. Mentioned last week, Andrew Todd won the race. Still got a battle in this Gen 4 car, but Andrew now has a little bit of a gap to kind of make up. I was going to see if I can find the point standings, because I did mention the point standings, I think, last week as well, but
yes, I believe you did.
Find it as well. So Gen 4 currently being led by Andrew Teff, only by 3 points. So at this moment, he may lose 3 points lead. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Troy Thomas currently leading the course in his Gen 6. Next gen class being led, of course, by Brandon Honeycutt. Alan Wild has not completed a next gen class. So it's his first race in the next gen. And then if we go over to the truck series, Nathan Emerson, who is in the 1 truck, currently 10th, with Hunter Barkham. Well, let's see, where is he at? He is actually not having a great run either. Jesse Fox currently in 3rd. In points as well. So right now, really none of our truck series drivers are having a great night overall.
Yeah.
And real quick, once again, next week we kind of get back into the oval side of things. We go to Todd's home track at Michigan International Speedway. That'll be a fun one.
Yeah,
looking forward to that.
I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out.
Mm-hmm. I believe that is our fastest track we go to. Mm-hmm. I would imagine. I think it's faster in Pocono in Atlanta.
Oh, yes.
Definitely faster in Pocono. Atlanta, that's the 2008 Atlanta. I believe it's faster than that, too. I'm pretty sure. Because we'll see speeds up to 200 there. Should.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. Especially with these next gens and Gen 6. Good battle still up front right now for the overall position and class. Here we go. Lee Campbell side by side with Cody Bonelli for the Gen 4 race lead, and Campbell going to take it. It looks like the 90 of Bonelli just gave it up. Not a big fight. Smart move there because we're only 5 laps in, so we are 25 laps away from the end. So we'll take a quick break, come right back, and get our sponsors and all that stuff read out. All right, welcome back. We're back live here at Daytona for the Racers Elite Daytona Road Race. Real quick, I want to thank our sponsors. Sorry, I was sitting there looking at something. Did you know these guys have a Cup Series that has started? It starts February 16th.
I did not know.
Yeah, and they are running full-length Cup Series races.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
It'll be definitely interesting. Daytona, Las Vegas, Talladega, the first 3 races. Meanwhile, of course, here, I want to thank our sponsors, AMR Paintworks, KS Designs, McConey Paint, or McConey Setup Shop, sorry, Admin Box, AMR Race Control, which these guys we will talk about in just a second, GTR, promo code Racers Elite, Moza Lucas Racing. Of course, mentioned AMR Race Control. These guys have we mentioned it every time we broadcasted so far, that these guys have a race control that is no affiliation to any of these guys, really. They basically race control the league for them, and it's an independent person. I guess I think it's like a company, I believe, but I actually do love the fact that they have independent race controls. We got a battle here with Nathan Emerson, Jared Hayes. Never mind, I lied. There's not a battle there. Actually, everything's spaced out now. Besides the top spot, everything's spaced out by quite a bit as far as class position goes. Everything over a second or further, with the exception of our race lead, Lee Campbell.
Yep, that's what I've been kind of watching is this overall race lead. Not only is it the overall race lead battle, but it's also the battle for the Gen 4 class. I noticed a couple of times Campbell was a little slower, like right here. Benelli able to close in the gap on him, but then Campbell had the better run out of the corner than Benelli. So
I kind of feel like Benelli's really good at the bus stop section as well.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. I don't think there's,
Oh.
over for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, once again,
Benelli, I believe he's trying so hard to get that lead.
yes. Once again, Todd, congratulations to your football team.
Yes, sir.
Playoff start for your team this weekend.
Already?
Yeah, already.
That bye week is done already?
It's done.
Well,
my team, of course, probably going to go to the Super Bowl while we beat you, but we'll see how that goes.
I don't know about that.
Lee Campbell still battling the 90 car. Brandon Honeycutt kind of right there as well. I thought the lap times would actually slow down. They really have not. I mean, we're 7 laps in. We're not sure exactly when these guys are going to be pitting, by the way. We're thinking around lap 15. 15, if you can make it to 15, you're good to go to the end.
Yes.
We think. Yeah, because they're not in top limit. So, yeah, if you can make 15, you'll be good to go to the end. We're not quite sure how all of them will fit in, though, with that. I thought the other games already started. It didn't start yet. It ain't even 8 o'clock.
Nope, it's not 8 o'clock yet. Real quick, do want to mention the last time through that bus stop, Campbell pulled out on Benelli here for the overall race lead. But I'm surprised Benelli didn't even get a slowdown penalty because he was kind of off the track there coming out of the bus stop.
Yeah. Well, there it goes.
Oh!
Benelli goes around, grab a gear, and keep going. And honestly, could have been way worse than what just happened, because that looked way worse than what it was, because he just basically did a 360. We're going to replay that real quick. You see right there, good job by Brandon Honeycutt kind of avoiding that. We'll hop on with Brandon Honeycutt, see what that looked like from his view of things. See it right there riding on board. And got wheel spin. That's the thing with these cars. I actually thought he just went over the... That could have been way worse.
Did he go over the rumble strip?
He just got over the rumble strip. The bigger section. That's one thing I've noticed, honestly. We haven't really talked about this a lot, even with our Daytona 24 coming up. The rumble strips where they have basically redid them. They gotta be very careful getting them things anymore. I've noticed, especially if you got a car that spins the rear tires a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that it becomes an issue, and it could cause issues as it goes on. Andrew Gates, or Alex Gates, I'm sorry, currently second in the trucks. He is looking at lap times. Last time by, he was 2 seconds slower than our truck leader. However, somebody to mention that is really fast is 03, but he's got a lot of time to make up. He is about, well, I don't know how many seconds behind. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, he's about 24 seconds behind our race leader in the trucks. So he's going to have to buckle down and try to make up some of those laps fairly quick, out of measure, some of that time fairly quick.
Brandon Honeycutt getting around the lap truck there of the 88.
Yeah, Waylon started off a little rough. He's actually done a lot better since starting the green flag, or took the green flag, as you see him kind of, well, I say that, he took off track. He's like, maybe just get out of your way. And one thing, Tom, we need to mention, because I just seen it on his truck coming off the tires, gravel and stuff now affects the way these cars will handle it, because now it can get kicked up on track, gravel and dirt and all that stuff. And I noticed when he pulled back on, a lot of gravel kind of got spread out there. So that's one thing you've got to watch as well as the race goes on, is if this track gets dirty or not.
Yeah, that's one of the things that iRacing just implemented with this last build, as we're starting to see Honeycutt put some pressure here on Campbell for the overall race lead. I've noticed that a couple times of kicking up on the racetrack, it's a little more difficult to run that line that you normally do with that stuff on there. So,
jump up here. You guys can see the last time, the lap times for Honeycutt. A little bit different thing that we're looking at here with this overlay tonight. You guys can see the green. That's every lap that is the driver's faster. So the last 4 out of 5 laps, Honeycutt has been the fastest out of 4 out of 5 of them laps. And so a little bit different to see that pop up. Hopefully we can do that a little bit more often. Let's look at sectors to see. Yeah, it looks like Honeycutt faster through every sector. 1, 2, 3, except 4 and 5. So that's something else a little bit different. Look at the weather real quick. 76 degree air temp. Probably, is there a chance of rain? I know it won't affect these cars, but is there a chance of rain? It says 79%. I don't know if that's humidity or.
Let me look.
It's 83 degree track temp, but I see something that's got like a raindrop on my overlay. As you see, an overall pass for the lead, maybe? Nope.
I do not see any precipitation chance.
That might be humidity, is what it's showing. I'm
It
not
could
sure.
be.
I didn't know what I meant. Cody Benelli just had an accident, by the way. I'm not sure what happened. I haven't looked yet. We will go back to him. By the way, he was behind the leader earlier. Let's see what happened. Did he have an accident, or did he just go off track? He just kind of showed up on my thing that he had an accident. I don't think he actually did. He's still running. Just make sure right here that he did not have anything happen. And we see, and he did not. So there you go. I don't know why I popped that up on my thing for it, said that he had an accident.
That's kind of weird how it would do that.
Yeah, it's SDK. It's kind of weird when they do that. Jesse Fox just went off track, but he is back on. We haven't really spoken a lot about Jesse. There he is in the number 69.
Pit stop starting to happen here. Don't mean to cut you off, but Lee Campbell hit pit road.
Yeah, so there you go. Gen 4's on pit road. So, yeah, Todd, they're going to have to pit about every 10 laps. That's because it's 65% fuel. So, or 60% fuel. 65, yeah, 65. He is not the only one, by the way. Andrew Teff on pit road. Jesse Fox, not on pit road, actually, where he was earlier. Cody Benelli on pit road. So, all of our Gen 4 cars on pit road. Going to be
Overall,
surprised if you take tires Because really, you don't have to take tires 10 laps into this run.
If I were Gen 4s, I would not.
Yeah, they're going to take tires this time. If you do, I would recommend not taking them next time. Because your lap times, they're not running slower laps. They're running about where they run best lap. So,
well, and not only that, if you don't take tires, you're gonna have more grip with them hot slick tires.
I think so too.
With these cold tires, you're gonna have a greater chance at, like you said, having an issue.
Alan Wild had a mishap in turn 1. He went around. I think he's good. Yep, there you go. He just went around in turn 1. That is probably another very tough turn. That used to be my turn that I was not good at all when it came to Daytona, was turn 1, because you're coming from such a high rate of speed. And we're watching Troy Thomas. I think he's about to go to the bus stop, but you can we'll watch him here as he goes to the bus stop. But you're coming from such a high rate of speed, especially in these Cup cars. You're probably going to reach almost 190, 195 mile an hour before you start to have to get on the brakes. I'm not joking. I was horrible at getting into turn 1. Like every single time I tried, if it wasn't for teammates, there's no way I'd be able to. Yeah, he's going 195, 196, 197, 198 miles an hour before he gets on the brakes. That's Troy Thomas. So he is really moving.
Oh, I got a question for you. These next gen guys, do you think they feel like this car is closer to a GT3 or a GT4 car?
Oh, we got Lee Ray going through the infield. Is the race leader. Lee Campbell hard into the outside wall. That was a massive hit, and he broke something on his car. His race may be done. He actually had to cut some of the track off. He's going to try to get back turned around.
Well, that's not good for Mr. Campbell, because he was basically leading that whole field.
The contact with Andrew Tapp
for that race.
As they would get back on track, that was definitely not on purpose. But here's what happened. He lost this on the straightaway, Todd. Let's see, going through the straightaway, and what the heck? Did he downshift early? Riding on board.
I wonder if he did.
Did he blow a tire? I don't know what that was. I've never seen that before. Okay. Anyway, I would honestly, the closest thing I would kind of, and it's still a bad thing to say. Really, it's not really. It's hard to compare them to anything. But I would compare the next gen more to the GTE cars.
Yeah.
And mainly because they're heavy.
Right.
I mean, it's really hard to compare them to anything, to be completely honest with you, as far as that style of racing goes. The trucks, though, I would probably compare more to the GT3.
Okay.
You know, than I would anything else. The ARCA cars, I feel like they're just in a class of their own. But not ARCA, I'm sorry, Gen 4. I feel like they're kind of in their class of their own just because there's so much wheel spin on the back end. And I may be completely off in saying that, too, to be honest. GT6s might drive a little bit like GT3 to an extent. I still think that they're harder to drive overall because they're not made to turn right and left.
Right.
They're mainly meant to turn left only, but I'm looking to see, by the way, Lee Campbell. He did not come down pit road. I still don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, and I just ran on board with him. All 4 tires look like they're up. There's no noises of like a shredded tire or anything like that.
I've never seen nobody lose it straightaway like that.
That's crazy.
That was a really odd spot to lose it at. I don't know.
But I mean, look at this. He's closed right back in on Andrew Teft.
Andrew, actually, when Campbell got turned around, was coming back onto the track. Kind of got a little bit of, damage as well from that. And I do want to mention, by the way, we had some trucks pit True Hope and Jesse Fox. $2 only on them cars. Smart, because like I said, you do not need to take tires. Not at least one time during this race. I would recommend not taking them at all, especially with what we're seeing. Now, here's where things get really interesting. We're seeing Evan, the truck leader, come down. Troy Thomas coming down. Cooper has yet to come down. I think he will be coming down here shortly, maybe this time as well. But they are a lap away from being halfway. If you can actually run this to 15, like Evan and Cooper, they're going to come down on the last lap to get, fuel only. I mean, you're not dead. I mean, if you take tires for one lap, you're crazy.
Yeah, and I don't think Honeycutt has come down yet. If I'm Honeycutt, I just take fuel because I'm sure you can stay out longer than what these guys can.
Yeah, Alan Wild, in the same class as well, has not come down. So they've been out there 14 laps. You at least, to me, 15 laps is your right at your cutoff mark because we're technically about 30 minutes away. It took about 30 minutes to get this far. So, yeah, if I'm these guys, I should come down. I wouldn't take tires. I just don't see the point of it.
Oh.
We might have had an issue with Alan Wild, actually. We did. Back it up just a little bit. Here's what happened. Going into turn 3. Very easy to lock up the tires. And that's exactly what happened. Just slid off the track. No harm, no foul. He'll get back going. That's just part of being in that car.
And just like we had mentioned, here comes Brandon Honeycutt down pit road.
Yeah, I feel like he's at that halfway point where, we're technically 16 laps to go. So you're right at that halfway point. Might as well come down and get fuel now. It'll be good to go. Nothing's really close, by the way. Like, everything's spaced really far out.
Yeah.
I mean, literally everything is really spaced out. Cody Benelli, issues again. Let's see what happened here. In the turn 1, we talked about turn 1 being an issue. We've seen Lee Campbell have issues, and there it is. Locks him up in the turn 1, and has to do basically a U-turn. Very similar to what happened to Lee Campbell, except not as wild of a ride. Lee Campbell, by the way, side by side with our truck leader. He takes that spot away, so now he will try to run down Andrew Teff, who's about 2 seconds in front of him. So that is our closest battle. However, Evan in the truck still out front. Evan's done a really nice job in his truck. We'll hop on board and ride with him as he's side by side with Lee Campbell going through turns 1 and 2. Kind of surprised to see him pushing as hard as he is, with Campbell right beside him trying to get back up to the lead in the Gen 4 car.
I'm actually...
Go ahead.
I'm actually surprised the truck is actually able to outrun the Gen 4 car through the infield section.
Yeah, looking at lap times, well, I don't really want to compare it this time because he just came off pit road. So we'll kind of have to wait, but I mean, he's running down Andrew Teff fairly quickly here. Teff goes a little wide. That's going to help Campbell, who's behind Evan here. You see Campbell right there. Still riding on board with our truck leader. Kind of giving you guys an idea of what it looks like at Daytona. Man, it's so fast on the straightaway. Like when you're in the car, you don't really think about how fast you're actually going.
Right.
Because you really don't feel like it, but when you're not in the car and you're just kind of spectating, it really is quick. And
yeah, it is.
Alan Wild has had an issue, and I think
did he spin up this time?
I think he's actually done. Here's what happened. Out onto, oh, there he goes. He called it quits. He said, I'm done. Unless there is do we have a X limit? Because he may have reached it. I think we do, don't we? Ain't it 20X?
I don't know.
I think it's 20X.
Could be.
In here. I believe it is. I thought I'd seen that somewhere. Not there. Don't know where I've seen it at.
Had a small issue out of turn 1 with Lee Campbell. That time he overshot the corner, got it to slow down enough, but by the time it was all said and done, they kind of pulled away from him.
I think Alan Wilder
Andrew
did go over
Taft
his X limit, by the way. I think they got a 20 or 25 X limit in here.
It's possible.
Yeah, I believe so. His truck's still able to keep up with Andrew pretty good, though. That was a nice job. Put lap times down. Lap time, he's actually running faster. You mentioned it last time, Ben. And whoa, what a save.
Wow.
That was a scary moment. That transition. It's called a few
horrible.
people. It is. It's called a few people tonight.
Look at the speed right there Andrew Taft got.
Major difference, yeah.
Oh,
That was a little close.
yeah. I wonder if he was showing displeasure there for some
Once again,
reason.
Watching Racers Elite multi-class racing from Daytona. These guys normally do not run road courses, as you can tell. And we kind of got a smaller field here, not just because it is Daytona. Usually have about 20 or so cars. We'll be going to Michigan next week. Anybody interested in joining, check out racerselite.com.
I know they got other leagues running other nights of the week.
Yeah, starting tomorrow, I think. Wednesday, Thursday.
They run just about every day of the week, I think.
I don't know if they have one Wednesday. I know they got one Thursday. They got Tuesday, they run trucks tomorrow. And Thursday, they run next gen. They might have Wednesday as well, but I'm not sure. Andrew Taft, winner last week. Brandon Honeycutt about lost it. We'll back up onto the straightaway. He is your current Gen 6 leader. I said Gen 6, next gen. And then Corey Thomas is your Gen 6 leader.
I think Honeycutt's the overall race leader, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Okay.
He's got about a 21-second gap.
Well, that's not that long.
Once again, we see something similar to what we've seen. Evan overtaken Gen 4, so it looks like the trucks are actually running better in the road course section of the track. And of course, you see the speed on the Gen 4 a lot faster than the trucks on the straightaway. Nothing else really going on around the track, by the way. Like, everybody's... I mean, right here, I guess we could say a little bit closer. Truth told, Nathan Emerson. About 5/10 separating him as for ninth place. As they work onto the oval section. That turns a pain too, though. When you do that transition from the road course to the oval, that's a tough section. I've wrecked there so many times. You are running the Daytona 24 comment. Let us know which car you are running. We are running the something. What are we running?
I was just told that we were running the Corvette.
That's a lie, by the way. That is a lie.
You can check.
I
That's
know,
what I was just told.
I can imagine who it was that said it, but that is a lie. Because I will not step foot back in that car again until they fix it.
Wow, there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, we'll find out whenever I head first right into the wall and first lap I get in it. I'm like, oh no. I think we could be running that Saturday morning.
I think that's the plan.
I think we're not really running it officially though. Like we are, but we're not. Oh
yeah!
Man, what a save by Evan! That was a great save. Back onto that transition to the racetrack. You guys see the back end snap out from the 68.4. Great save. But yeah, we're not. I mean, we're running it just to run it. We're not. We didn't put a ton of work in it this year like we did last year.
Last year it kind of paid off for us. We got
third. Overall. Yeah, third overall. Not bad.
So,
and that was in the Cadillac, I believe.
Was it?
It was. Yeah, because we had.
Yes, it was. Yep.
This year, we're running a weird looking paint. I don't even know how to explain it.
Man. I can only imagine.
Pink, white, green. Lee Campbell. Battle of Nathan Emerson. We've seen this a few moments ago. Andrew Teff locks up the brakes into when he goes wide. This could help Lee Campbell close that gap in. Maybe anyway. Oh, we're getting down to pit stops possibly happening here within 2 laps for some of these guys, including the Gen 4 car of Lee Campbell and Andrew Teff. We know that they are about 2 laps shy. Once again, I would not take tires.
Yeah, I would not take tires either, but that time coming out of the International Horseshoe, I don't think Lee Campbell thought that the 68 was there.
Who's Hope, by the way, taking over the 9th position, Hickory, North Carolina. A lot of guys in here from North Carolina and Tennessee area.
It's good to see.
It is. Got a few guys around here also. I know a couple guys in here, Rhode Island. I think Andrew Teff's from up that way. Nowhere near you, but you know.
Well, I mean, when you're unofficially the 51st state,
you're the butt cracker.
It's kind of hard.
Technically, that's Texas. I believe that's what Jason Kelsey said. Sorry, Pete.
Not sorry.
Sorry, but not sorry. I'll take it. Who you got tonight winning tonight's game? Rams or Vikings?
Rams, my boy.
They'll be playing the Eagles in, won't they?
Yep.
Rams might win it.
I hope they do.
You don't want to play Minnesota. Andrew Teff once again locks it up into turn 1. That has happened multiple times. That's really going to help close the gap. Lee Campbell now sees him clear. And
that's what we had talked about earlier in this race. Going through that section of the racetrack from upwards close to 200 mile an hour all the way down, trying to get down to a 60 or 70 mile an hour zone.
It is. It's tough to do. You guys see it right there. We just hop on board Lee Campbell. You guys can hear the wheel spin on the back of these Gen 4 cars. These things burn up the rear tires more than any car that we've seen this year anyway. Real fast, we got a truck on pit road for the final 10 laps of this race. That is Alex Gates is on pit road. We should be seeing Campbell and Teff and Benelli also hitting pit road, I would guess, this lap. As we had an issue. Our race, overall truck race leader, never mind, I thought he spun out. I lied. I know what I'm talking about.
I think he just kind of ran off track.
I think it was. I think he kind of exited weird. And then you're going to see the 60 blow the doors off the truck on the straightaway. The truck does so much better, though, in the road course section.
It does.
It's really impressive. None of them is as good as Brandon Honeycutt's car, though. And the next gen car. I mean, he's gone. And this has kind of been a theme all year, Todd. We see that the Gen 4s usually start off really well and strong. But as the race goes on, you start seeing the next gen kind of become the car to win overall. Yep, Campbell on pit road.
Horseshoe.
So I'm very anxious to see if I'm very anxious to see if Campbell and Lee and Andrew both take tires or no tires. I don't think you should. If you want to get that lead, I definitely wouldn't. I think it'd be too tough to overcome to get that back. So I would not take tires if it's me. We're going to find out right here. Teff looks like he is going to take rights for sure. I cannot tell. Yep, both are taking 4. Got it in the way. See, they may do this on the Gen 4 just because when they do spin the tires.
Right.
But I personally still wouldn't. Now, these guys are coming out really close to each other. You got to be very careful because now is where you can actually spin out or anything.
Lee Campbell just pulled the Jeff Gordon leaving pit
that
road.
What I heard?
That is what you heard.
I've heard something hit. Let's see if we can get a replay. Yeah, you guys can see right there. He hit the outside pit wall. Well, I mean, we'll count.
Yep.
Definitely don't want to get caught speeding. As the 51, Jared Hayes goes around. That is second, by the way, in the truck standings, or second overall. Was. He gives up second position now to Cooper Emerson, or I'm sorry, Cooper, not Emerson. Now 03, the sponsor truck. He is still a good, well, he's about 15 seconds behind truck leader in the 68, but Emerson or Cooper has worked his way back up to the field a little bit. Of course, we did have some other trucks pit, so keep that in mind. Should be seeing some other guys pit right here as well.
Right while we got nothing going on, I want to give all you people out there watching a challenge. We got to get that man a sponsor for his truck. Oh, trouble right here. Lee Campbell gets into Andrew Teft going through the bus stop.
Oh, no. That was a battle for the race lead. Oh, he really went after it, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Here's a replay. For first position, Gen 4. The 98 actually let up a little bit on the gas, it looked like. I hate saying that, but did it look like he slowed down a little bit more than usual? Yeah, he definitely did. He did.
Mind games going on here.
Either way, Andrew Teft, still your leader, so no harm, no foul. I mean, there might be harm. There could be a foul. We don't really know. Coming to 8 laps to go, by the way, for our race leader, Brandon Honeycutt. Everybody from 9th on up is on the lead lap. And that may change a little bit once the leader pits. Everybody could get back on the lead lap for the most part. Looks like 2 cars not finished the race. Alan Wild and Braylon Burkham not finishing the race. 8 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. Race is going by quick. We've kind of figured it would.
We figured it would. I didn't think it would actually go this fast.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Brandon Honeycutt overtaking the 77 of Alex Gates. Throttles up. Going back a little bit, looking at our Gen 4 race. Andrew Teft still leading the way. Todd, has the game started yet? Because I don't see an update on it. I just see pregame.
I can look real quick.
Check for it, because I cannot find nothing about it. I kind of was looking a minute ago. I kind of like to keep up with it.
Yeah, while we're on that subject, I do want to give a shout out for all them people over there in California dealing with them wildfires over there.
No, I did not mention that. Actually, so I'm glad you did. And North Carolina's still dealing with stuff. The game has not started yet, Tom.
Kind of weird.
It's 8 p.m. It's 8:16. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they might be doing something for the people over there. Jared Hayes on pit road. It might be doing something for California stuff, like a pregame show. I know that the players for the Rams or coaches and some of the players was going to have hats and shirts for the fire department.
Which is unfortunate, but they actually had to move that game over to
Arizona.
The Arizona Cardinals stadium there.
You know, that's a no joke to firefighters in that area.
Yeah.
That's not only is it a tough job, it is like a lifestyle when you're a firefighter in that area. That is a very, very dangerous job. Looking around, hey, I just noticed that Truth Holtz on the back of his bumper, it says elderly driver.
Oh.
And he's got the 55. I'm guessing he's a senior citizen.
That could be.
I mean, he's running 7. Just because he's old, I guess don't mean he can't drive.
Exactly.
I mean, Joe still drives.
He's about 80.
We had a guy that ran in a league, and it might have even been in your league. I don't remember. He was like 77 or 80, somewhere between there.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't. I mean, he wasn't the greatest by any means, but he always showed up and tried. Gotta give him respect for that. Brandon Honeycutt, by the way, has not hit pit road. We should be seeing him hit pit road very soon. Remember last time I forgot we seen him actually. He may have enough to make it, right? Because he pitted with
He
16
might
to go.
make it.
Yeah, so he may be
Yeah.
good. Hulk is on pit road, the elderly driver, out of Hickory, North Carolina. A lot of people from North Carolina.
Do want to mention, I believe that game did just start.
Okay. Lee Campbell had a little mishap, turn 1.
Again?
He didn't wreck, but it was enough to. He went super wide, so I don't really want to call it a mishap. Hunter Peckham also might have had his incident limit reached. Unless he wrecked and I did not see it, which is a good possibility. It says he came back on track, so I'm not sure what happened. May have had something happen for the 48, who has been fairly decent in the points. Not so great tonight. Andrew Tess may be going back-to-back here, Todd.
He might.
And Brandon Honeycutt, well, probably is. Troy Thomas, who we haven't spoke of.
We know he's going to go back-to-back.
Yeah.
Coming down pit road now.
He's, I believe he's going to win this race in the 3 car. For his
Technically,
class.
if he wants, he can pit now and just stay there on pit road.
If he wanted. You're not wrong. Everything is really spaced out, though. There's nothing at all. That's the only downside to only having 15 cars on a road race.
Yep, and it does look like the 68 and the trucks here, our truck leader had an issue with going off the track.
Oh, so we can find it. Yep, right in turn. Oh, he went way off track. Oh, he lost a lot of time. Yeah, Cooper now 4 seconds behind him. That race might not be over yet. That is the only downside about having not only a smaller field, but it's part of road racing. Everything does get spaced out.
Yep.
So when you do find a battle, usually you kind of stick with it a little bit. See if Cooper can run down. Hey, he said he needs a sponsor. Here's your chance to earn one. Yeah. 6 laps to go. 4-second difference. And he is running faster, for the most part, than our race leader. So he will have a chance, I believe. 4 seconds is a lot to make up in 5 laps, but we'll see what happens. That is our closest battle, by the way, on the racetrack. Once again, next week, these guys go to Michigan. It is Michigan, Pocono, Atlanta, Las Vegas, Texas, Daytona, the final few races. So,
I tell you what, that's a good mix of tracks.
It is. There's not really, technically, there's not a short track, but with a class, you don't really want to run a short track with a class group. That would be horrible.
Yeah, it would.
It would. It'd be tough. Like, you couldn't run these cars together at Martinsville. So I'm really...
No.
When Andrew put and I don't know if it was just Andrew, but whoever put the schedule together, Andrew, whoever, by the way, race leader on pit road for the trucks.
Okay.
So right here's, by the way, Cooper's stance, who he's going to lead the lap. But come down. You're 4 seconds behind. You're not going to lose second spot. Don't take tires.
Yep. Just take fuel.
Yeah, just take fuel only. Because that, I mean, it looks like, yeah, Evan's going to go ahead and take tires, it looks like, which is smart for him. Oh, he took lefts only, by the way. Lefts only. So if I'm Evan, or, if I'm Cooper, I do not take any tires, and I take just a little bit of gas. Fill it up about, 4 or 5 gallons, however much you need to get you to the end. We'll see what happens, though, once he comes back around. What was I talking about? Oh, the schedule.
The schedule, the wide variety in tracks that we have coming up.
Yeah, because I feel like Vegas, I know it's far from a short track, it's a mile and a half, but I feel like that one's
Honeycutt coming down the road, by the way.
Okay, so he was a little bit short. But he's got, it looks like, by the way, he's going to win his class. Alan Wild out of tonight's race. So Honeycutt will win the next year in class tonight. We know Troy Thomas will win the Gen 6 car race tonight. Really, the only battles we have not settled is the trucks and the Gen 4.
Yeah, getting back to your point there.
Yeah, with Las Vegas, with the multi-class racing, I feel like it's a small enough track where it's going to be a lot of excitement with multi-class racing, because we're going to definitely have more cars. And
Well,
it's proved that all week or every race.
well, with running these trucks here predominantly in our Tuesday night league, we know for about 10 to 15 laps you can run wide open
Yeah,
with the truck.
especially
So,
on most tracks. Yeah.
mhm. So it's going to be interesting to see how much further the Gen 4s and the next gens and the Gen 6s can run wide open compared to the trucks.
By the way, Cooper, no tires. I like this call. Now he's got
Yep.
to try to beat Evan out. Evan's coming through turn 1 now. This is going to be very close. I don't think he's going to beat him out, but he's side by side. This is going to be really close. He needs to gas
This is
up
going
and
to be
go.
real close.
He's going to be right behind him. He will have a chance to battle. He did close the gap in because you're not going to see a big difference. And you see it right there. It is only, I mean, it's less than a second. Yeah, second, 1.2 seconds. He can definitely make that up in one lap. Like, all it takes is a mistake by either Evan or Cooper, and you're winning.
Yep. Yeah. And if I'm Cooper, I do not make a mistake.
Nah, you can't. Just keep running your race. He made a mistake earlier. That's really what cost him, put him in a hole.
Yep.
So he's 1.4 back. And looking at lap times, they're really close. Like, they're about even, to be honest. Evan's been faster some laps. Cooper's been faster some laps. It's all about being mistake-free. And if you're Evan, that's the thing. You've got to be mistake-free if you're Evan. And I'm trying to see if I can find the points to see where Evan's at in points. Todd Slauson comments said, go get him, Lee Campbell. Yeah, Lee's working hard to try to get back up there.
Yes, he is.
Cooper fifth in points, by the way. Evan, by the way, is 11th. So, could be a big one for Evan in 68. Yeah, I think the only problem with Lee Campbell, he had that weird thing that happened. He is a lot further back now, and I don't know if he can be able to catch you. But he had such a big mishap. And we're not quite sure what happened with that.
Yeah.
By the way,
It was
Evan's
kind of
out
like
front now
a
by
freak
2
thing.
seconds. Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Well, he may be further back now because it's showing 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's falling back quite a bit. And it's not the tires. Like, he's just, his lap times, he's battling Lee Campbell, which really ain't helping him.
Yeah.
Because he ran 151 last time by with Evan, who ran on 149.4. So he needs Evan to make a little bit of a mistake here to be able to get there. Now, Evan does have a Gen 6 in front of him.
Yep.
And we know through the infield, Gen 6s are a little bit slower. And Evan having a little bit of trouble here getting around him.
And that's not going to help him out a bit. This will help him, though, as he gets to the inside of Troy
Whoa.
Thomas.
And the thing is Troy, I think Troy should be able to get back in front of him on the straightaway right here. You see
Yep,
him go
right
to the
there.
outside. Yep, he's looking to the outside. And the 68 has to let him go. I know he's probably not really happy about that just because he's like, you don't have nobody racing you. I mean, I'd imagine 68 not very happy about it. Honeycutt, meanwhile, going through the infield. He is coming to the white flag next time by for the next gen car.
I wonder if he's just cruising.
It does appear that way, don't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he's still putting up great laps. Actually, last time by, he was still the fastest. Andrew Teff also now looks like he's pretty much clear. He's got about 6 seconds over Lee Campbell. And once again, the 68 truck trying to get around the Gen 6 car. Oh, man.
That was a little interesting.
They are really racing hard here.
I mean, I don't question the 68 for trying to move 3 out of the way.
He just got a little bump there for 3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Evan, you definitely don't want to be, race too hard.
Yeah.
Cooper right there. I mean, he's granted, he's a few seconds back right now, but it don't take much. If any one of these guys make a mistake, it could injure not early.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. The 3's racing really nobody but himself.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're trying to get the podium overall position.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Speaking of which, white flag out of the air.
Last lap around here for Brandon Honeycutt.
I will say, though, even though Evans battled the 3 car, Cooper not closing in 2.7 seconds the gap.
I have seen that.
So it really hasn't hurt him none, which is definitely a good thing. Little bus stop they go. They'll be coming to the white flag. Brandon Honeycutt, Andrew Teff taking the white flag as well. As he works out of turn 4. You'll see the white flag in the air this time. That is the 90, by the way, behind or in front of Andrew. Cody Benelli, who was up front there for a little while, had some issues.
And the final left-hand turn out of the infield section here for Brandon Honeycutt, and out onto the NASCAR turn 1.
Cody Benelli, by the way, just had something happen. Yep, wrecked right near Brandon Honeycutt. And also, Lee Campbell goes a little wide up turn 1.
I think there's something going on with the 13 here, or is he just playing because
13? He probably just playing. Unless he's out
probably.
of gas.
I don't think he's out of gas. I think he's got a bent toe link or something.
Could very well. Either way, he's gonna win the race.
He gonna win.
Oh yeah, he's just playing. Now if he spun,
I figured that's what it was.
if he spun, I'm sorry, I would laugh. I would laugh. I would. He's just cruising. He's not full speed. I would laugh.
Yeah, out of turn 4 is Brandon Honeycutt. He will see the checkered flag here at Daytona.
That is now his something win of the season. I will find out for sure.
I think it's his second.
Is it his second win? Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, 4 races. He is our first multi-time winner. What's Andrew Teff? He is currently working through the bus stop. He's just got one more turn. As he gets a little bit of grass kicked up, may have a slowdown penalty, not going to affect him. He's going to be looking for the checkered flag. Here comes our truck leader, Evan, as well through the bus stop.
Yep.
So these two guys nose to tail.
I don't think Cooper's got enough time to catch Evan here.
No, it looks like he's still about almost 3 seconds back now. Actually, he is 3 seconds back.
Turn 4
will win here at Daytona. Turn 4 goes to the trucks. Evan picks that one up. And Troy Thomas picks up the win here as well. Looking through the field real quick, make sure everybody else finished. Lee Campbell going to finish second in class. As everybody else coming to the start-finish line as well. Alex Gates through the bus stop. He's going to wind up finishing 8th overall. And the old man, according to the back of his truck, slides it through the bus stop. 55 True Hope going to finish in 9th officially. And Nathan Emerson will get 10th. So we will see who we can get for an interview. See who all we got in here. Let's talk to Andrew.
Okay.
Move him up here. Andrew, it's Adam and Todd up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, a fun race. Definitely very interesting here at the Daytona Road Course. Talk us through your night. You and Campbell had a good battle there for a little while, and some interesting stuff happened.
Yeah, it's always a good time racing Lee. I kind of got in hot to the bus stop there, and I think he might have also, or where I was just slow after I had to whoa up real bad because I got in too hot. But yeah, we both kind of spun there and got back going, and seems like we were about where we were before we spun. But yeah, just kind of battled by tires the whole race. I kind of got involved in little skirmishes early in each run, so my tires were pretty mad at me the whole race, and it was just it was a lot of fun hanging on.
Talk us through driving this car around Daytona, man. We was kind of talking about it. Of course, you got a lot more power into the rear of these cars. Talking about the difficulties in driving it, because I know it's not easy.
Yeah, these were a handful. You could easily just whip it around in the trial. But I mean, I was in the Gen 4, so I was kind of slow in the infield, and the trucks would be able to kind of keep up to me or catch me through the infield, and then I'd kind of get back to the backstretch and be able to pull back away. And it was like this repeat and cycle. I don't think I got to drive around many next gens, but yeah, it was just kind of heavy in the rear, like especially getting off into turn one. You were full commit. Like I think Lee was getting back on the track at one point in turn one. It looked like he got off, and I was barreling off in there, and there was nothing I could do. I think I clipped him a little bit, but I was already along for the ride at that point. And if you downshift too early, it just spins. Like you try to start downshifting to slow down, but yeah, that first corner is a doozy.
Well, man, either way, second win this season. Shout outs and all that you want to give out before we head to Michigan.
Yeah, you guys as always for putting on the show. Congrats to the other winners, and I want to thank our servicemen and women, my family, and my team, and everybody that tunes in to watch and shows up to race. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you're interested in checking us out, just head on over to racerselite.com.
For sure on that, man. Hey, good job tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, we'll talk to Evan.
You got Evan in there?
We'll talk to him right now. Evan, it's Adam and Todd. If in the booth, you got a coffee?
Hello?
Hey, real fast. How do you pronounce your last name so we don't butcher it whenever we will try to say it?
Gilmet.
Gilman. All right, that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Man, all in all, pretty good race for you tonight. Finishing first. It was a good battle there for a little bit. You and Cooper early in the race, and then you had a fun slide through turn one, it looked like. All in all, though, you was out front and pretty much dominated here in the trucks for the most part, it looked like. Talk about driving the trucks. Looks like this thing was really good through the infield section.
Yeah, this thing has it's got the big blade on the back, so it's got a bunch more downforce than everyone else. A little bit less power, so you can get the power down easier, definitely than the Gen 4s and Gen 6s. But yeah, this was a blast to do. And that battle with Cooper in the beginning was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Side by sides at the bus stop, turn one was definitely not my idea of a 30-lap race, but it worked. It was fun.
Coming to Daytona, of course, we had more trucks in here than anything, and really, we noticed that you only took, I believe it was lefts on your last stop. Was there thoughts of taking no tires? I know that Cooper took no tires on his last stop. Was you thinking about it? Did that ever cross your mind, or was you okay with taking tires?
I thought about it. I only took lefts because of the infield section, the
Right.
slow corners or left-handers. And I knew I had a big enough gap that if he were to close up on me, the tires might make the difference. So, I'm not the greatest on pit road, so I just wanted to be safe.
Yeah, I mean, you might not be the greatest, but it worked out here at the end, man. We got Michigan next week, and that's your first win this season. What's your thoughts heading to Michigan in the multi-class racing?
Michigan, anything can happen. Michigan's fast. I haven't raced there in a while, honestly. This is my first couple weeks back on iRacing in a little bit, so I'll have to get some practice in, but, we'll see how it goes. It's going to be fun. Multi-class racing is always a fun time.
It is. Hey, good job tonight, man.
Thank you.
Shout out to anything you want to give out?
Shout out to Cooper, kind of my teammate, not officially, though. Shout out to my mom and dad. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, man. Good job tonight.
Yeah,
Thank you. All right, real quick, let's get a quick interview in with Troy Thomas because he is in here. Because, he had, once again, such a big battle with all these cars in his class, but, real busy night for you. And once again, Troy was still able to drive the Gen 6 home in a very good spot overall, though. 4th position overall. Pretty solid tonight. Talk about driving the Gen 6 around here. That was a fun one, I would say, in the Gen 6. I say it was probably one of the funnest ones to drive.
Oh, absolutely. It was a blast to drove. I don't think I've drove here before in the Gen 6, but it was a blast to drive. I just forgot how to drive the first 10 laps of the race.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that.
Oh, I'll be the first one to tell you. I just forgot how to drive a car.
Talk about, man, because one of the things we've seen a lot of guys have trouble with was the straightaway speed in turn one, especially down to a really slow braking zone. How tough was it in the Gen 6 to get it slowed down?
Forever to find get where the zone was. I was actually lifting off before the start finish line.
Oh God.
I was hitting 202.
That's what I got as well. Yeah, I think your top speed was 202, 203, somewhere around there.
Yeah, during practice I wasn't used to that now, but
Well,
it was, it was fun.
Next week we go to a track where I think you'll have a little bit more competition. I'm sure you're hoping so anyway.
I
When
hope
we go
so.
to when we go to Michigan, I'd imagine we'll have a little bit more Gen 6s. I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, to me, that's the best car to drive. I've said it before. That and the trucks, to me, is the best ones. But thoughts on heading to Michigan in this car?
Ready for Michigan. Like you said, I mean, this is probably the best Cup car for me to drive.
Yeah.
My favorite one, I should say.
Yeah, I think
But-
it's definitely my favorite as well.
But it was fun up there in Michigan. I can't believe how quick the trucks were, though, in the infield. That was scary. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that I was surprised how quick, honestly, the trucks was through that section. I didn't know that they had that much downforce on the back end, but it was
No idea
it was,
either. It was
very
crazy.
impressive. It was.
But kudos to those drivers.
Well, either way, kudos to you for winning your class. I know, once again, no competition, of course, but still a good finish overall, fourth. Any shout outs you want to give out here tonight?
Oh, Andrew for doing this. I mean, he's got a lot on his plate. So thanks to Andrew. You guys for broadcasting the race. My teammates, Truth and Jesse, at Misfits Racing. So we just like to get together and have a good time.
For sure on that one, man. Well,
And my wife. I better thank my wife.
You better. She'll beat you to death.
Yeah, if she ever watches.
Good job tonight, man.
Thank you, bud.
Thanks, man. Todd, overall, thoughts on the race?
I thought it was a pretty good race. I mean, we knew it was going to be a short race. That proved to be a fact. We saw a lot of beating and banging between the different classes, and it was a really good race there at the end between Evan and Cooper for the trucks. And fortunately, Cooper didn't just have enough to overcome coming out of the pits late. And as always, Honeycutt dominated. That's the nature of the beast with that, next gen thing.
Yeah. That's something we've seen
Arca,
constantly.
Gen 4. Same two, Campbell and Teft fighting for the lead at the end there. So overall, I thought it was a really good race.
It's crazy to me, considering we're coming from a road course going to Michigan, and we did see the trucks really close after 30 laps. That's very tough, too, because this wasn't a big field. Next week, we're expecting a bigger field, like 20, 25 people. I'd expect Michigan is going to be a whole different ballgame, and that is going to be a very interesting race. We expect the Gen 4s to be up front, of course, early, switch to next gen late. But, man, I'm looking forward to Michigan. I'm looking forward to Michigan probably more than any track I have this year besides Pocono, because I love Pocono in general, but I'm really looking forward to Michigan. I think that will probably be the best race of the season, honestly.
It's got potential.
It's got potential to really put on a good show with all classes. I really hope we get some more drivers for like the Gen 6. I think Michigan's a great track for that. But overall, man, tonight is one of them races. Everything spaces out. Typical Daytona racing, especially not with a big field. Even with a bigger field.
Like a road race.
If you watch the road race, the 24 Daytona, if you watch it, you will see it gets spaced out in that too. Yes, they managed to get back together because the teams have strategy and stuff like that. But in a 30-lap race, you're going to get spaced out. So that'll do it for us. We'll be back live next week. Todd, you want anything else you want to say?
I just want to shout out all the people over there in California once again. We hope you guys stay safe over there. And thanks to all the first responders over there doing all your hard work over there and everything to keep everybody else safe.
Yeah. We know that we have some viewers on Facebook as well tonight. Make sure you guys go over and check out the Racers Elite YouTube channel. We broadcast all of our races there as well as our Twitch. Make sure you guys subscribe. It means a lot to them. They're trying to build their channel up. That's why we're broadcasting on their channel instead of ours normally. But they got a bunch of races, not just from us. They got a bunch of guys broadcasting, not even with us. Like, we don't even know them like that. But go check them out. That'll be it. Y'all have a great night. Take care as always, and God